Howdy, fifth grade. If you have clicked on this video, then you are probably ready to start peer editing your how-to paper. So I wanted to take just a minute and walk you through how this is going to work because it's going to be a little bit different than how we do it in class. So before you are ready for this step, you should have finished your sloppy copy, revised it with the rainbow revising paper, and submitted it to me. So I will check it, make sure that you went through all of the steps in the rainbow revising. If you missed something, I'll probably leave a comment on there asking you to make some changes, so go back and fix that. Once it is looking good and I think you're ready for a peer editor, I'm going to comment on your paper the name of your peer editor. So I'll give you your partner's name, I'll give your partner your name, and then you will share that paper with your partner and get started with your peer editing. So the first thing you're going to do is come to Google Classroom. There's a brand new assignment called How to Peer Editing. You'll click on that assignment and yours will look like this. How to Peer Editing. It's a Google Slides presentation. So this is how you're going to go through peer editing your partner's paper. So you will fill out your peer editing slides based on your partner's paper. So you'll put your name here and the author's name. So that would be your partner's name here. So that's the author of the story you are peer editing. So you will go through each of these slides. This first gives you the instruction. You're going to need to have your peer editor's paper pulled up on your computer. You will click through these slides, and as you do that, you'll check and make sure that they have done each of these different steps correctly. You are going to make suggestions and write comments on your partner's paper. So you'll write a few things on this document, but we're going to do the same thing on our partner's paper. Remember, when you share it, you want to share can comment, not can edit. And then you can make suggestions. So as you make changes, it should pop those up in green, and then your peer editor will have to decide whether or not they want to keep them or not. So, you'll need to fill out the sections on this paper as you go. And then when you're finished, you're going to share this with me as well as turn in the final copy of your paper. But this I'm also going to check to make sure you did a good job peer editing your partner's paper. So each of these things you will go through and check and make sure that the paper that you're peer editing is done correctly. If it's not, I would leave a comment on your peer editor's paper or the paper that you are peer editing and have them fix it. The check marks are already here, so you'll just have to go through and make sure that they are done correctly. Now you'll notice on these where it gives you an extra box and it says write it here, you're actually going to write the title of your partner's paper. So when I come to check that you peer edited correctly, all of these boxes are going to need to be filled in. So you'll write the title here. Same thing we normally do with the hook. You'll write the hook here and the thesis statement here. Remember, if they don't have a strong hook, write what they have. And then you can leave it on the comments or on their paper about what you think they should change or how you think they should change it. Again, if their thesis statement, the last sentence in the first paragraph, if it doesn't tell what the whole story's about, jot down a little note for them so they can go back and fix that. The body. When you revised, you had to find some examples of figurative language. I asked you to find at least 2. So as you go through your peer editor's paper, write one. See if you can find one example. If you can't, leave them a little note saying, "Oh, I didn't find an example of figurative language," and have them go back and double check that. We're moving through the paper. We had introduction, body, conclusion. Make sure that they restated the main idea and summarized what it was all about. And then you need to give me your thoughts here. What did you love about the story? What would you change about this story? When you have finished peer editing, you'll see what your peer editor has done. Make any changes that you think you should, and then you'll submit both of these documents. If you struggle with any of this, please, please, please let me know. That's what I'm here for. Happy peer editing.